All right guys, welcome back. JT here, and we're doing another narcissist video, and we're gonna be talking about why do we keep attracting the narcissist, or why do we keep attracting toxic relationships? And I see in the comments every single day, I've been with this narc and I was with this other narc 15 years ago. Why do I keep attracting them? There is a reason. There is a 99.9% reason of why you are attracting the narcissist. And it took me a while to learn this. When I first got out of the narcissist relationship, what did I do? I wanted revenge. I was like, oh, it's all her. She did all this to me, blah, 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 blah. She devalued me and made me feel insignificant, had no worth, etc., etc. And then once I went down a couple rabbit holes, did a lot of research, realized that it's a lot more on us than we think. And I know it's easy to just blame the narcissist. We want to just be like, okay, you did all this terrible stuff to me. It's all your fault. But we oftentimes don't take accountability for our own actions and the things that are buried deep down inside of us. All right, so we're going to talk about that today, and that's a brain. I probably should have worked less on my body and more on my artistic skills, but that is a brain. So in the center of this brain, we have what's called the amygdala. See, we're not all stupid. We can spell. I can spell cat. I can spell dog. The amygdala is the center of the brain, and it regulates our emotional intelligence. So oftentimes with narcissists, their emotional intelligence gets trapped in their childhood body when they go through trauma. So usually I've seen different studies on this, but 5 to 8, maybe even up to 11 years old, what happens is when a narcissist goes through childhood trauma, their emotional intelligence, the part of the amygdala, stops developing in childhood. So that's oftentimes why a narcissist, as a full-grown adult, still acts super immature or often emotionally immature. They lack that part. It stopped developing in childhood. So it's all a spectrum. Narcissism, sociopath, psychopath. And in between that, you can have a psychopath that has narcissistic tendencies. You can have a narcissist that has psychopath tendencies. And then below that, you have empath. And in between empath and narcissist is a dynamic. I have narcissistic tendencies as you have narcissistic tendencies. Everyone in the world has narcissistic tendencies. But the great thing about that is if you're not a narcissist and you have some narcissistic tendencies, you can work on them because your brain still developed. It didn't get stuck in childhood. So maybe you're on the spectrum between an empath and a narcissist and you have, let's say, 3 narcissistic tendencies that you're self-aware of. You can work on them and change them. That's what's great about, not great, but that's what's good about having a narcissistic tendency is that you are able to change it. With narcissism, NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, you can't change that, even with therapy. I've watched YouTube channels that are from narcissists, like an actual narcissist having a YouTube channel, and I've listened to how they talk, and they say the same thing, that even with therapy, there's this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's been in therapy for 5 years. It's still, he can never feel empathy. If you can never feel empathy as a narcissist, as a human being, you'll never feel guilt or remorse. Therefore, you don't feel bad when you do bad things. You can never be with someone like that. They can't change. It is physically impossible to change your brain chemistry in that part. It's been like that since childhood. Their brain is developed that way. So why do we attract toxic relationships? Oftentimes, it's because what's trapped deep down inside of us. What did we go through in our childhood? So for me, for example, my childhood trauma is I got put in foster care and abandoned by my parents. So I had abandonment and neglect. So then I sought that same comfortability and familiarity out in my relationships. That's why I kept attracting narcissists, because it feels comfortable. So in the beginning, this is why it feels so good. We think we met our soulmate. We think we met our twin flame. I'll do more videos on twin flame and soulmate and karmic soulmate and karmic twin flame. There's so many avenues it goes down, but we think we met our soulmate in the very beginning. Oftentimes, all it is our trauma response. whatever your trauma was in childhood, you're going to feel that in the beginning of the relationships. Well, you're going to say, well, Neil, it was all loving in the beginning. It was comfortable. It was comfortable because that's what you were used to. That's what you're familiar with. It's ingrained in your subconscious. It's ingrained in your brain from childhood. So when we're comfortable with these things, we think it's like, oh, the chemistry is amazing. It's off the charts. It's like, oh, they're the one. It's not. It's just comfortable. We're used to it. That's what we knew our entire childhood. So if we know this, what are the behaviors to look for in a toxic relationship? We have the tendency to lose ourselves in the relationship. Oftentimes, as empaths, we give, and 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 we give. And the narcissist takes and takes and takes and takes. That's the dynamic. That's why narcissists love us. Because we are so giving. We are so strong in our emotions. We want to give second chances like they're freaking bread and butter. Just here, keep taking, keep taking. I'm never going to learn my lesson. Just keep taking. Maybe they'll change one day. No. So what happens is we keep giving more of ourselves to the narcissist and we end up losing ourselves. The narcissist always ends up trying to control us and change us. And what happens when a narcissist needs control, narcissists all need control, they take our own identity away. So we end up losing ourselves in the relationship. That's a toxic trait that you're with a toxic partner. Numero dos. We allow other areas of our life to slip away. With the narcissist, we look at it as a cup half full, right? The glass is half full. How you look at it, is the glass half empty or is it half full? Half full is the positive mentality, half empty is the negative mentality. Well, when we don't have ourselves, we're pouring from a half empty glass and we're just pouring it and giving it to the narcissist. So then we lose all the other areas of our life. You know, when we pour so much into the narcissist, and like I said, we lose our identities. So we often put all our energy into the narcissist, our family relationships start going down, our friendships start going down, work life might start sucking. Fitness, health, you might start overeating, you might gain weight. I've read a bunch of comments about people gaining 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds in the narcissistic relationships. We often lose track of the things that matter most to us because we're constantly trying to make the narcissist happy. We're trying to give to a cup that is empty. As you know, it's never enough for a narcissist. Let's say their glass is here and your glass is here and you're just pouring. You're just giving, giving, giving. The narcissist is an empty glass, guys. It's a bottomless pit. You can like if you were a millionaire and had everything in the world and you just gave everything to the narcissist, it would just go down and they would still want more. It's never enough for them. So when we do that, we're just giving our essential life force away and losing every aspect of our own lives. Number 3, lack of boundaries. So when we have a lack of boundaries, boundaries are what keeps a relationship healthy. When we have a lack of boundaries, which the narcissist loves, means they can just walk all over you. And you're trying to please the narcissist. So you're gonna let go of your boundaries so that you can make the narcissist happy. That's a toxic relationship. That is not mentally healthy, that is not physically healthy. So you need to learn to set super strong boundaries when you get into that healthy relationship so that equal parties have the same level. That's what it's about, is equal reciprocity. The narcissist is just going to take everything from you. When you set strong boundaries, it allows the narcissist to not be able to break through, to not be able to walk all over you, to treat you like a doormat. Number 4. Yeah, you can tell I didn't do good in writing. Multiple chances. You oftentimes give the narcissist multiple chances. Maybe you catch on to a manipulation. You sweep it under the rug. It's all right. There's one off chance. Then they do it again. Then they devalue. Then they cheat on you. Then they lie to you. And we just keep giving them chances. That goes hand in hand with the boundaries. If you don't have the boundaries to say, I'm going to walk away if someone cheats on me. I'm going to walk away if someone is manipulating me. See, when we give the narcissist chance after chance, you are telling the narcissist, hey, it's okay to treat me like shit. It's okay to do all those things. I'm weak. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being a doormat. Just do whatever you want to do. You're a slave. You're essentially a slave. You're not living your most authentic self when you're doing this. You have to understand that with a narcissist, they steal your soul and they steal your identity. It's as simple as that. And when you have all these things, that is the accumulation of the perfect toxic relationship. You don't have any of these, the narcissist, the sociopath, the psychopath, they love it because they're just going to treat you like absolute crap while they get to do whatever the hell they want to do. It doesn't work like that. So let's talk about the secret. What can you do to fix attracting toxic relationships in your life, to authentically become yourself, to heal, to attract the best possible partner that's going to give you equal reciprocity, equal love, equal admiration? It's a give and take, alternating. It's not a give, 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 take, 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 take. Self-awareness. When you cultivate self-awareness and you can look into yourself, like I started this video, it takes two. It's not just the narcissist. The reason you attract the narcissist is because of what's in here, what's inside your childhood traumas. What abuse, what neglect, molestation, rape, deceit, lying, like what happened in your childhood that is making you attract these toxic relationships, because like attracts like. If you are healthy, you're going to attract a healthy person. I know this is hard to hear. This can be triggering. It took me a long time to face too, but I had to look at my own demons to understand, oh, this is why I attracted two different narcissists. This is exactly why. Oh, I was abandoned. I never felt the love from my family. So then that became comfortable. That was the norm in my childhood. So then I sought out people that had similar traumas. And I'm going to tell you this little secret trick as well. Look at the narcissist new supply. Look at who they have now. My narcissist new supply, the guy was a mommy's boy, had everything handed to him in life, was also molested as a child, had abuse. Toxic attracts toxic, right? So you have to look internal. How do you do this? A lot of self-awareness, a lot of sitting, isolation, figuring out your traumas, looking deep, going back to your childhood, remembering those feelings and pains as tough as it is. You have to do that to become authentically yourself. You have to, because we carry around this baggage our entire life. It's pretty much like, imagine me right now, I'm just going through life, doing everything, waking up during the day, going to the gym, going to work, etc., etc. But I have this huge duffel bag that's filled with rocks. It's super heavy, and I'm just lugging it around all day long, every single day for my entire life. That's what we're doing with the trauma we have from childhood. We don't see it. It physically doesn't feel like it's there, but it's there. And when we carry that from place to place, to relationship, that baggage ends up getting set down onto the next person. So if you want to attract the best relationship you could ever imagine, you have to put down your own baggage, your own bullshit, your own childhood traumas, and heal them in order to stop attracting the toxic relationship. It's as simple as that. It's not all the narcissists, guys. 99.9% of the time, it is not the narcissist. You attracted the narcissist for a reason. Maybe that reason was to wake you up, to show you like, oh shit, I need to start healing my own shit deep down inside so that I can attract better types of people. Why do we keep attracting narc after narc after narc? That's the reason, because we have not healed. We have not worked on ourselves. That is the key to everything. When you work on yourself and become the best version of you, you're going to attract all the best things in life. When you carry that baggage from relationship to relationship, from job to job, that anger, that resentment, that shame, that guilt, that remorse, all those painful feelings that we bury deep down inside, all you're doing is putting negativity into everything you do. You might not see it. It's not surface level because it's buried deep down, but I guarantee you it trickles out into every aspect of your life and you're not aware of it. That's why you have to have the self-awareness to heal. I go to therapy. I'll probably go to therapy for the rest of my life because I think it's good for you. I think it's really good because therapists know, they have PhDs, they know how to ask the right questions. And not all therapists are the same. You got to find a good therapist, but they know how to ask the questions that no one is going to ask you. You think your mom or your dad or your friends are going to be able to ask the right question to trigger that feeling deep down inside of you that was buried? No, they haven't gone to college and studied for 4, 6, 8 years. Therapists know exactly what to ask you so that you can heal. If you can't have the self-awareness to look down and figure everything out, you need to talk to someone so that they can dig it out of you. That's what a therapist does. They dig it out of you because oftentimes we're in our ego and we don't want to see it for what it really is. I was in my ego for a super long time and I was like, no, I'm good. Like, yeah, you know, like, no, I don't need help. That was just my ego. It wasn't actually what was buried deep down inside. So we need someone to help us through these things, and oftentimes our friends and family can't do it for us. So a licensed therapist is the way to go. You can also do a lot of meditations, do the self-awareness exercises, isolate yourself, spend some time every day, and just think about your childhood trauma. Think about the feelings and emotions you went through. And that will help you get a clue as to where to start, where you need to focus and figure out what happened. What happened from age 6 to 8? Oh yeah, my dad did this to me, and oh, this time when he beat my mom in front of me, which made me think that it was okay to beat other people. You see what I'm saying? You have to put all the clues together, and that's how you put the final puzzle piece together, and you're authentically yourself. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. That was a long one. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the whiteboard, if you want me to do more in-depth stuff. I have a lot of different PowerPoints and stuff about how the human brain works and narcissisms, psychopaths, and etc. And I definitely want to do all those breakdowns for you guys so you can get a better understanding, because learning this stuff is your closure, because you do not get the closure from the narcissist. This is how you get your closure. YouTube was my savior. Watched thousands of videos and it helped me. And I can see through the comments, it's helping a lot of other people, and that's why I'm here. This isn't for me, this is for you. This is to help you become happy and authentic. Like, you want to be the best version of yourself so that you can live a happy and joyful life. That is the whole goal for everyone on this planet, to be happy. So until next time, guys, stay safe. We're gonna work out and eat healthy and enjoy the day. Later.